Today on the High Ground, we're reviewing Season 2 of The Mandalorian, Episode 1, The Marshal. Hey,
it's so good to meet you.
Put that away.
Sorry.
Welcome to the High Ground. Today on the High Ground, like I said, we're recapping Season 2, Episode 1 of The Marshal. I'm your host, Sisco, and today's special host that's with me today is Matt. Hi, Matt.
Hey, how's it going? Pleasure to be here. Big fan of the show.
You don't have to sugarcoat everything.
I wouldn't say that. I'm a fan of the show. It's good. Love Star Wars. I'm super excited. Season 2 has been awesome so far. I'm really excited to talk about it. I thought the first episode was great.
Yeah, I thought it was amazing too. I really enjoyed it. I think the majority of them have been really positive reviews. I've read a lot of people saying that it's a lot of world building, a lot of different sides to different stories that you normally wouldn't get as much. I know we've been to Tatooine a billion times. Yeah, but I still love Tatooine because that's where it all started.
Yeah, and I mean, there's so many Easter eggs and cameos, and I thought it was back to Tatooine, but then, it's just so much cool stuff happened in this episode, and I can't see it, if you're a hardcore, Star Wars fan, I can't see how you can't like this episode, because obviously that ending, to see that character come back. Oh, can we talk about that? No, not yet, huh? Can't mention who it is.
I'm gonna put spoilers on it on the video.
Just knowing that Boba Fett was the person that took away that assassin from last season, because we didn't know who that mysterious person was, and we heard the clanks. So he has some sort of spurs on his boots, and then this time we get to see it's Boba Fett, which is so crazy. Played by Attack of the Clones, same actor who is Boba Fett is a clone of him. And it's so cool to see, the man, and then you get to see his armor too, but not on him, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, I really. If we want to start off with him, the moment you see him, it's Boba Fett. Yeah, just that same face. He has that same face from he kind of mimics the same facial expressions that the kid had in Attack of the Clones, where he's just very stoic, very just pissed off at everything. So I kind of knew. I was like, oh my god, that's
I knew that there had been talks that they were definitely bringing Boba Fett in this season, but I didn't think it was gonna be episode 1, starting here it is. But when the Marshal walked in, I was like double taking. I was like, is that armor that looks like Boba Fett's armor, or is that Boba Fett's armor? I literally at first was like, is that his armor? Because it has the same dent and everything, and it was it was Boba Fett's armor, which was crazy.
I thought it was a kid's toy, put on an adult because it's so small.
I definitely knew it wasn't a Mandalorian. You definitely knew that this sheriff was not a legit. He had the armor and was faking it. You could tell because the rest of the outfit looked like just some guy in a costume, which I thought was pretty cool that they made that kind of obvious.
I definitely agree. I did enjoy how he did have a backstory to how he got the armor.
Yeah, traded it with Jawas, which was cool, and then for crystals and stuff, which was dope, in the ice cream machine.
I know, awesome. That's it. It makes its return.
Yeah.
I'm sure we're probably going to see it a lot.
I think it's so clever that they took, for those of you who don't know, in the background of Empire Strikes Back, there's this guy carrying an ice cream maker, and it's so obvious. So they took that, and in Mandalorian Season 1, they made it the money thing, and they used it again here. I really think it's really clever that they keep, bringing that back and stuff. Yeah. Inside joke. But yeah, no, the flashback was great that they showed the Death Star blowing up, and then, but as soon as they did that, these bandits took over, because if you think about it, the Emperor, even though they're bad, they are law and order, stormtroopers, and that was the cops of Tatooine. They enforce stuff. So once they're gone, it's these bandits come in and try to take over this town, and then he goes and gets the Boba Fett armor, comes back and just kicks the shit out of him because that armor's so good, it just bounces off and stuff. And in one of the coolest things, I don't remember Boba Fett ever doing this. He puts the thing down. I mean, we knew he could do it because you've seen the rocket be shot in Attack of the Clones when Jango Fett does it. He
Right.
shoots the rocket at Obi-Wan, but we've never seen Boba Fett like put it down and like, well, it's not Boba Fett, but his armor do that, like shoot the rocket, which was.
Oh no! We've seen him with his with the scope down in Empire Strikes Back when he's following Han
when he
Solo.
has the thing, but like never where he heats.
Oh no, never when he like targeting something or shoots like the rocket. No, that was awesome.
He heat seeks the speeder and just blows it up with his rocket pack. That was so awesome. I was like, yes, that's dope.
Those are really cool moments. Little Easter eggs that you normally like you would wish that they did back in the days, and now you get to see them even better.
Yeah. And again, they take stuff from the prequels and they make it cool. Like they take the little pod racing box that was in Phantom Menace, and then I think the sheriff was like driving. It was like a remade pod racer, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, a lot of people said that it was kind of similar to Anakin's.
Yeah. I don't think it's Anakin's because that would be like 30 years ago or something. So like I think it's definitely like a newer pod racing, like the still pod racing like on Tatooine. But I just thought that was also like a cool nod to the prequels and stuff. At first I was kind of like, I will say though, like I guess this is more of a review than a recap. At first I was kind of like, oh, they're doing another creature for episode 1. It's kind of a rehash, and that's the only negative thing I'll say is like they did do something where Boba Fett fights a creature in a cave, and then Boba Fett kind of reenacts this town. But I still thought the sheriff was really interesting, which by the way, he's played by the Deadwood actor, and the bartender was also the bartender in Deadwood, which was kind of cool. Another nod. It's like them in parallel universes are still
definitely
people. That was a great touch. But like, yeah, that's the only thing I will say it's a little familiar ground, but I still think there's enough there that makes this a really cool episode, and it also like hypes where the season's gonna go, you know?
Oh yeah, definitely. So like we start off right the episode, it just starts off right away. So back into the adventures of Mando and Baby Yoda, the child.
And they're in like this dark area, and there's all these creatures, which are you're safe in the light, right? We don't know that yet, but we know they kind of like don't. We find that out at the end of the scene, but they don't come out. And you're like, where is he? This place looks very dangerous, and it is very dangerous. We find out it's like a illegal fight, and they have from Return of the Jedi. I forget what their names are. What are the pig creatures called again?
Gamorrean guards.
Yeah, right. The guards, and they're fighting, and people are betting on this. So we find out that.
The guy that was what happened? I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead. No, we find out Mando's there for information. He's looking for Mandalorians.
Yeah, he's talking to a guy named Doresh, I believe.
Yeah.
I think that's his name.
And he's one of those guys he's one of those guys that were in the original Cantina where it looked like a terrible mask, and now they've perfected it with the eyeball. It looks so much better now in this version.
Oh yeah, definitely. He was played by John Leguizamo.
Oh yeah, I did recognize that voice. That did sound like him. Yeah,
I didn't recognize him at first. It sounded like what's his name, Favreau.
Yeah.
At first, in the trailers, but then after a while, it seemed very different. Even like the way that the character moved, and it reminded me
Clown from Spawn.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. That's what it reminded me of.
Yeah.
And so, like, that was a really cool fight scene to see new aliens and seeing the Zabrak.
Mando kicks everyone's ass in that.
Oh, yeah. No, definitely. Yeah. I loved how he used his head to, like, deflect some of the...
This new armor is so much better than his old armor.
Yeah. Like, he's gotten so used to being punched in the face.
Yeah. He kept just knocking that guy back with his armor. It was dope.
That was really cool. He brings out the vibroblade, and he stabs 2 guys. Oh, it stabs one guy, and he throws his knife at the other guy.
And one was Darth Maul's race, but the other aliens, like in the ring, they looked like new races that we haven't seen before.
Oh, no. Cool. I really enjoy seeing new races in Star Wars, not just like the basic. But like, when they do like a mixture of old races with new races, I love that. Because then that kind of broadens out the universe a lot more.
Yeah.
instead of just having just the basic trilogy monsters. I mean,
right. No, it's cool to add
yeah.
stuff because it's a galaxy. Like there's definitely planets and things that we have not seen yet.
Oh,
So
yeah,
it's cool
definitely.
to throw in, more stuff. And then, he basically the main guy tries to escape and he Batmans him.
Oh, yeah, no.
Him like Batman.
Swear to me, where's the Mandalorian?
It's cool because like he hangs him upside down like a bat, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then like he's like, "Oh, I'm not gonna kill you, I swear." And he did. He let those cats or whatever dogs they were.
Dogs eat them, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Have you seen those creatures before?
I've never seen those creatures before. In the trailer, I thought it were Jawas.
Mm-hmm.
More Jawas.
They had in the dark it had red eyes. You're like, there could be Jawas, but they definitely were not Jawas. Yeah.
Right. So he hangs them up, and then he's asking for more Mandalorians, and the guy was pretty shady because I guess he's killed multiple Mandalorians that have been.
He collects the armor. Yeah, that stuff is so rare that to get that, it's like worth so much.
Yeah, no, definitely. So I guess he got his revenge by hanging him up and just leaving him out for food.
The funny thing about that whole scene, I mean, it's one of those things where it's like it's a good line, but he's like, I won't kill you, but he didn't say he wouldn't help him, so it's like, again, very Batman, where he's like, I don't have to save you, and he just takes off and Ra's al Ghul just dies. No, I was gonna say the interesting thing is the whole thing is like Mando with that guy is like, I don't bet. And then the whole episode that we watch later is like him betting with his life to
definitely
deal with the town and stuff. So I think that's a good opening, when they set up these seeds, like these themes, to come back to.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. So he leaves the planet after he's told that he has to go back to Tatooine. That's where they found another Mandalorian. And of course, the Mandalorian that we think of is Boba Fett. So the entire episode, I'm just thinking Boba Fett. So we get to the hangar and we get to see Amy Sedaris back again.
Yeah. Same character, and she's still running that shop with her droids.
Yeah, and she has R5.
Yeah, and she loves the child like everyone in this universe that watches the show. She's excited and wants the baby.
She wants to buy it.
Yep.
She can always go online.
I agree. If I saw that thing, I would want to buy it. So yeah, I'm with her.
So he gets a soup. They try to find out this what's that name of the town that they're looking for. You guys have to forgive me for not remembering.
Oh, I only saw this once. I haven't memorized any of this new stuff, but I'm definitely gonna be watching it again. It was a really
it's called
the thing
that
Calgo. Oh, okay. The thing I wanted to ask you though, Sisco, is like, isn't it like kind of up for debate if Boba Fett and Jango are Mandalorians? Like, aren't they not even Mandalorians? They just have the armor, I thought, was the whole thing? Or do you think that Boba Fett is...
In Clone Wars, they said that he wasn't Mandalorian.
Yeah,
Jango
but that guy was a bad guy. That was the guy that, like, gave the kids the poisonous tea and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But being a Mandalorian is also a creed.
Yeah.
So the fact that also... Boba Fett really helped out the Empire, I guess is something against Mandalorians.
Right.
That's why I feel like he might be more of an antagonist.
Yeah. I mean, we know he hates Jedi. I mean, a Jedi killed his father.
Definitely.
He's fought many Jedi. I mean, like, fell in the pit because of Jedi. So, like, we know he doesn't like the Jedi for sure.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if
when he sees this Force-sensitive kid who is a Jedi,
Yeah.
Unless, who knows, maybe Baby Yoda becomes Sith in the future, becomes really dark. I mean, for a baby, he's seen a lot of shit. I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah, no, definitely.
Especially that would be crazy.
When he started choking out Cara Dune.
Mando takes him through all this fucked up shit. It warps the baby's mind, and then he becomes a Sith Lord in the end.
Well, there's been some games where they have there was like a Yoda species that was a Dark Jedi.
Oh, really? Like a Dark Jedi?
I think it was in Dark Forces 2.
Oh, okay. I don't remember that. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
The extended universe, though. We gotta throw all that out, right? Yeah.
Eventually, they'll bring it. We get to Kyle's gonna make an appearance someday.
I think it's so weird that I think it's cool and weird that, like, out of all the species, we still don't know what Yoda's species is called.
Yeah, Lucas never wanted to reveal what it was.
Yeah, maybe the species is Yoda. What if they're all named Yoda and the species is Yoda?
I mean, there's only 3 of them that we know of. there's Yaddle, Yoda.
Yeah, the ugly one that was on the board, the Phantom Menace, the Jedi Council. Yeah.
Apparently she died, but I don't know if she's still alive, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Well, her and Yoda had sex, and the child is there. So I'm just kidding. It's not true.
Who knows? Maybe.
Yeah, this is Yoda's kid. It's his
we don't know. They
Yeah.
might explain it later on.
Maybe.
Right?
I mean, this kid's gonna be ultra powerful. Yoda was ultra powerful, but this kid is like practicing early. He's already force moved and like picked up objects, and this kid's gonna be like.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it disappeared.
Not Mandalorians. The Metachlorians are gonna be.
Metachlorians, yeah. They haven't talked about the Metachlorians yet.
No,
I'm sure eventually they will.
I think they won't, to be honest, because like I think the Mando whole TV show feels more like the originals than it does the prequels. Like, it's cool that it combines it all. I think it like makes the prequels and the future movies like even, almost as good as the older ones, because it mixes them all together, which is really cool, because we've never seen something like that. It pulls from this, pulls from that, and it puts it all together, which is cool seeing that if you're a Star Wars fan. But I feel like the feel of it, though, the darker tone is more like, we don't know what Jedis are. Like, they don't even know what the Force is or Jedis are. They don't know, like, maybe way down the line I could see them talking about that. But I think they're just going to keep it, like, not go into that stuff.
So we'll see. I'm sure they probably won't make an appearance. This is Filoni-verse.
Yeah.
That's, like, the big rumors of what this is going to be about, especially when he was talking about it.
If it's like enhanced if you have watched the Clone Wars and Rebels, like you definitely, there's a lot of threads that, like the Darksaber and like all these threads that he's continuing in the show. But the cool thing is, if you haven't seen those things, like I know so many people that are just casual people that don't know all the stuff that you and I know. I mean, you know more than me, but like, but they still like the show, they still enjoy it and watch it and get it. And I think that's very cool that it's like, for the ultra Star Wars nerds, you can get a lot from it. There's Easter eggs and all this knowledge, and you can see threads where it's going. And then for the casual viewer, it's still entertaining, and you can just, watch it and enjoy it because the stories and the writing is good.
It's going to become a Game of Thrones. I'm sure they will. That's what that's what
already, yeah.
Yeah. So they find out where Mos, oh my God, I can't remember the name of that
They go to that town.
Mos Palgo. And the Mandalorian gets there. I love how he like slowly starts going into the town.
Yeah, it's very Western.
There's a cameo of Sam Witwer again. He passes by, and then he goes into the cantina and he runs into a Kiwi. Oh my God, I can't pronounce it. That alien race. They're like they have a little spike. He's the bartender guy.
Yeah.
So he runs into him. He's looking for a Mandalorian. He says, looks like him. And then, like, they turn on to the right. He says, he points out to the outside the door. And then we see Cod Vance.
Yeah.
And he's wearing the Mandalorian armor. And there's a recurring drink that keeps popping up. Which
the
is
blue milk?
It wasn't blue milk, because he actually said spatchka.
Oh, okay.
So he's like, oh, give me the spatchka. Like, give me 2 spatchkas.
Maybe that's spiked blue milk.
Is it? Could be.
I don't know. I'm just saying. Yeah.
Blue milk with spatchka.
Yeah.
That's probably what it is. I don't know.
I mean, that's what you do when you go to Galaxy's Edge, right? You get blue milk and you put some alcohol in it.
They better start adding spatchka to the mix, because I want to try that stuff.
Yeah.
Especially if it's glowing. I'm sure it's not good for you.
And then that's where we see that whole kind of flashback that you and I talked about, where he gets the armor from the Jawas, and like, so Mando's immediately like, take off the armor, because he knows this guy is fake and it's a dishonor.
He got really aggressive, yeah.
Yeah, he was gonna kill the guy if he didn't do it. He's like, I could peel it off you, like Mando was about it, because
Mando can feel the tension too.
Mando does not take off his helmet. As soon as that guy took off the helmet, he's like, oh, this guy's a poser.
Even if when he took off his helmet, like I automatically felt like, what, like, okay, like this is not good.
He was gonna die. He had to do it. So that guy, he tells him the story with Jawas, how he got the armor, and then you find out there's this creature. It goes through the town, because that's like what breaks up, them fighting, is basically this big tremor creature, which is that monster that we saw in A New Hope, the skeleton. We finally get to see one of those dragons, which is pretty cool.
I think the skeleton that we saw was a smaller creature. This one was massive. This is
I think it's
huge.
supposed to be the same thing, but I don't know
Is
for
it?
sure. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It looked rather small.
Yeah.
The
It looks smaller
tremors
than maybe that was a baby
the dune worms.
Dune worms. Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So it like eats a bantha.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, I'll give you the armor if you help me out to kill this thing.
Yeah. And they do mention they mentioned the Starlight Pit. He's like you can kill a Starlight Pit if you eat your way out or something like that. And
yeah, you can
it was
eat
like that dragon can eat those things, which is crazy.
Yeah.
If you've ever seen like a picture of the actual Starlight Pit, it's like a creature that goes down into the sand. It's pretty crazy.
Well, if you go to Galaxy's Edge, they have a little model.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can actually see how it looks, how it's buried in the ground.
Yeah.
And like the tentacles and like all
that.
It's really cool.
And they definitely deal with like a little bit again, which I think is a good theme during these current political times. Not to talk about that, is they talk about racism, and it's like two different sides, and basically like because in the original movies we always thought Tusken Raiders were just bad, like they kidnapped his mom, and then like Obi-Wan's like they're horrible and blah blah blah. But then we see like if you talk to them and you learn their culture, it's like they're in this horrible atmosphere and they're just trying to survive, and they could be good too if you strike bargains. It's like they're violent, like they live on Tatooine, so it's like
that's their home planet.
Yeah, that's their home planet, and it's like there's creatures that could kill you, and clearly this worm has been killing both the town and them. And so Mando rides them out to be like an alliance, and at first like the sheriff's like, oh no, I hate these people, they've killed our people, and you've killed theirs.
Work with them.
But then he's like, look, we got to do this together. We don't have the numbers, and this thing's way too big for us. Like, guess what? It's going to kill us.
Massive.
Yeah. So
it's ridiculously huge.
Yeah. So he goes back to the town, and then he gives
but before that, I love the scene where they go to the cave.
Yeah.
Where the crate dragon's at, and the sand person is like leaving the bantha outside, and he screams out to get its attention.
Yeah.
And you see the Tusken Raider running away, and instead of like the crate dragon going after the bantha, it goes after the sand person.
Yeah, and then just leaves the bantha alone. Yeah, so, yeah, pretty great. And that was cool too because you finally see the dragon, and you hear that sound, and that sound is the same sound that Obi-Wan uses to scare away the Tusken Raider. That's why they're afraid. So again, it's a full callback to New Hope. It's really cool.
Oh yeah, it's like the little Easter eggs that they add to everything. That makes it so much worth it.
Yeah, ties all together. It's like a bigger universe and stuff.
And so so they go back. They tell the rest of the people, like of the village, that they need to help out the Tuskens, and they don't want to.
They're not about that life. Yeah.
No, they don't like them at all.
Yeah.
But then they have no choice because that dragon could automatically come back and start killing them for food.
Yeah.
And so they actually do need to like really like become an alliance between each other because fighting will not help them out. And I do kind of like the fact that they had the ultimatum of like, okay, so if they help us, they won't attack us anymore. They'll leave us alone.
They attack them again is what the Raiders like. As soon as they draw blood on a Tusken Raider, they're gonna come in and be like, down and on again,
Yeah, which is really cool.
Yeah.
So, well, that's something you kind of want to have on your side.
I don't know why you'd want to live in this town anyways, but then, I don't know why anyone wants to live on Tatooine. So
that's true.
All that sand, like Anakin says.
That's why Anakin never went back.
No, I wouldn't. Yeah.
That's why a crazy thing too. So much. When they were looking at the globe and when of the Death Star when it was blowing up, the lettering on the bottom was all was the title sequence, the crawl.
Yeah. That was cool.
The Jedi.
Yeah, someone decoded that Star Wars language because it was backwards, and it's the opening crawl, which is insane.
I was trying to
find that. Who would find that Easter egg? That's so nuts.
I was actually trying to
figure out what it said. I just thought it would say something like the Emperor's gone, the Death Star is gone, just something like that. But it's cool that they put just the opening crawl was a really cool Easter egg. Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to translate most of the Arabesh in this episode.
Yeah. and then of course, like, so they band together. They have this plan with a spike thing, but because they know that the belly is the weak spot. The Tusken Raiders know, but of course that plan goes awry, and then Mando has to improvise.
Oh yeah, no. They drag it back out.
Yeah.
Right. And that's when the Mandalorian and Cod Vance use their jetpacks, which is an awesome scene. Oh, before that, when they brought out when the 3 Tusken Raiders were calling out the dragon, I loved how it went from cinematic and it just blew up the entire screen up.
Oh yeah, that was a really cool touch. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen that, so I was kind of like, oh wow, it made it more immersed.
They've done it before in I've seen it in other things, but yeah, it's cool to see it in this.
Yeah. I was more immersed watching it, and the way everything looked was almost movie quality.
Yeah, this show, I think besides a couple of effects here and there, it usually looks like movie quality.
Yeah, I was really impressed with like how the dragon looked, how like it was going through the sand. It didn't look fake at all. It was like high, like really top notch.
Do you think we'll see the sheriff again later on? Like,
I have a feeling we will.
Yeah,
I have a really strong feeling we will. If it's gonna rhyme exactly like the season 1, where we have the introduction of like the characters in the beginning, and then later on towards the end, once it starts getting better, like the story starts progressing, and you see all the characters come unite. I can see that happening.
Yeah, I think he's a cool character too to add to the stuff. I could see him becoming like, have a comic book or something like that. He's a pretty interesting, or a book at least.
Yeah, I can even see Amy Sedaris like joining them at one point.
Yeah, I mean, she definitely keeps coming back for sure.
So I could see her coming back, maybe as something happens where they're fighting against the Empire. They're trying to unite or trying to rebel against them. So I could see that happening.
Yeah, and then again, I think that was cool about this whole scene is like so Boba Fett improvises, goes in the mouth, and he uses his gun and he like blows it up from the inside, and he uses the explosions, double kills it. But the whole thing about the reveal at the end about Boba Fett is basically showing like Mandalorians can escape from inside these creatures. Oh yeah, no, definitely. It's hinting at like Boba Fett did something similar. He got out. Mando got out this way. He went inside the monster, ate him, blew it up from the inside, got out. We see it because I don't know if we're going to see the Boba Fett thing in a flashback, but now we know that Mandalorians can do that. They're so badass they can get out. So Boba Fett, we see he got out.
Yeah, I could see the next episode continuing with the Boba Fett.
Oh, I mean, definitely. I think I would be shocked if he's not in the next episode. They could do it. It's just a completely different story and not on it. But the fact that he's on Tatooine, they're on Tatooine, he saw them now. I think he saw them. So it's like he has that assassin woman as well. What was her name? Do you remember her name?
Fennec Shan.
Yeah, he has her. So
yeah, because we don't know if she's still alive or dead.
I'm pretty sure. Well,
I'm sure she's alive.
She was alive.
She's dead forever in Star Wars.
Yeah, we don't know. That's right. But there's a hint that Boba Fett might be the bad guy, like you said. He might not be teaming up with Mando, but against Mando.
Yeah, because if you think about it, in season 1, the Mandalorians were all against like the Empire because they kind of killed kind of destroyed the entire race.
Yeah.
Well, not the entire race. They're the people.
I mean, and also Jango Fett, he's responsible for all the clone troopers, so it's like that's Boba's dad,
Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot. Is Boba's not a clone, right? Or
Boba is a clone, he's different. He didn't have the acceleration, the accelerated growth.
Yeah.
So he was.
I know that he's like directly like more like a son to Jango than
right,
like a exact clone of Jango.
Yeah.
Boba Fett got the armor.
Got the armor back. They destroyed the crate dragon from the inside out. I love how Boba Fett was able. Boba Fett. Mando Din Djarin was able to come out of the mouth of the dragon with like his blaster rifle using like zap, the electricity from it.
Yeah.
And that was really cool. And how he blew him up. I do love the fact that like the way they use the rocket packs, it looks like they're actual rocket packs. Like
Yeah, no, it's cool. They're actually flying around.
You only see a little bit of them flying like in Attack of the Clones, but it's cool to see in this show, like you get to see a lot of jetpacking. And that was cool in season 1 where he's like, he saw the guy flying and was like, I need that. And then he has it now, you know?
Yeah. Did you notice that like, when he has his jetpack, his cape for some reason gets smaller?
No, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, when he doesn't have it on, it's like full on, like long. And then when
maybe
he has jetpack,
maybe he pulls it up because of the fire or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know either, but it looks cool. I kind of enjoy him with the rocket pack than without it.
And that was pretty much the whole episode. Like overall, again, not my favorite episode, but good reveal, and makes me look forward to the next episode for sure.
I really enjoyed it. I liked it. I really enjoyed the fact that I didn't get tired of Tatooine, even though like we keep coming back to Tatooine a lot of times. I really enjoyed the world building and like learning more about the Tusken Raiders and the Krayt Dragon, which is a really cool addition to Star Wars, even though it's already been around for a long time. So I'm really excited to see Cobb Vanth in the later episodes, hopefully.
And more Boba Fett.
More Boba Fett. Boba Fett? Where?
This guy right here.
Oh, there he is. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this season. I feel like this episode started off well.
Yeah.
And I can't wait for episode 2.
Do you know when episode 2 is out? Is it every Friday now?
It's every Friday.
Oh, such a bummer.
Unless you like.
I want him now.
Wait, Thursday night.
Well, I'm gonna watch him Thursday
night. Sure. Well, it's like Friday morning, which I always watch.
Watching.
And
all right, cool.
For joining us today.
Yeah, no, my pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Matt.
Yeah, no, it was again great to be here anytime. Yeah, I had a great time.
I hope you did, and hopefully it's not like we weren't all over the place.
Yeah,
gunslingers today. Pow, 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 pow.
He's no good to me, Dad.
So everybody have a good night, and may the force be with you. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe.
Do that.
Thank you so much, and thank you, Matt, again.
Yeah, no problem.
Everyone have a good night. May the force be with you.
Happy Halloween.
Mandoween.
Mandoween, yeah.
Mandoween.
I don't know when this is going to go up. It's probably past Halloween. Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Oh, okay. So then it will be up on Halloween. Perfect.
Yeah, Halloween. Mandoween.
Yep.
All right. Good night, everyone.